Hello and welcome to WhoKnowsThisStuff.com. We find ourselves on the road again, this time in Dubuque, Iowa, at the beautiful Grand Harbor Resort. We're attending the 2010 Midwest Geothermal Association Conference. This is the second largest geothermal conference in the nation. Here we have manufacturers, vendors, and dealers talking about this highly efficient technology, geothermal. Let's go inside and find out more about what's going on at the 2010 conference. While this conference is mainly for geothermal contractors, numerous distributors, utilities, and others interested in geothermal applications attend each year. The conference offers numerous workshops to update the geothermal professional on relevant industry topics and emerging technologies. Attendees come not only from the Midwest area, but also from all over the U.S. This is actually the second largest geothermal conference in the country. Popular opinion says it's also the best and most informative conference of its kind. There are over 40 vendor booths set up which provide information on all aspects of geothermal systems, from equipment to loop fields and beyond. Doug Schuster, president of the Iowa Geothermal Association, is very happy with the turnout to this year's conference. The Iowa Geothermal Association, host of the conference, is a nonprofit organization advocating the use of geothermal heating and cooling systems in the Midwest.
We're holding this conference again this year in Dubuque because we do get a lot of people coming from other states. We've got traffic from Iowa, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Missouri, Kansas, and I've actually got one attendee from Nebraska. We feel this conference is important because unlike standard HVAC work, what we do is specialized. You need to be up on the current topics and know what's going on so that the geothermal system is installed properly, so it can work properly. You know, we're trying to help the homeowner here. The homeowner doesn't know who's qualified and who's not when he's out looking for a contractor other than what he learns when he talks to them. And the more knowledge you can gain here, the better the jobs are going to be when you install them. The more jobs you're probably going to get because you're going to sound like you know what you're talking about. And hopefully you do.
Whether you were new to the geothermal industry or an experienced veteran, the conference showcased the growing demand for geothermal systems in both commercial and residential applications. Vince Thor, plant maintenance foreman for the Dubuque Community School District, offers a unique perspective on geothermal systems.
I know we were probably the first school district in Eastern Iowa to put geo in, and that was about 10 years ago, and it was very difficult to get the engineering here in Dubuque and also my administrators to say, well, let's try this. It was a very difficult thing to do. At that time, there was no such conferences. There were no associations to go to. There were no facts or figures. We had seen, or I guess I had seen, documentation in trade publications about how it worked and how other parts of the country had benefited from using it. But obviously there was no one to go to here in Iowa and say, well, have you, and nobody wants to be the first one off the curb to try this. No one wants to be the, you know, you take, we tried it on a retrofit of a 60,000 square foot building that had gone from electric heat to gas heat, and we went to geo. We did not change the building envelope greatly. We just put geo in, and it worked great, and it's still working today. It's still the same system, the same equipment, but in my scope of my job, all I heard is this better work, you know, and you know, I base it on the strength. I actually have geo in my own home that I put in 20 years ago, and I'd seen several other systems, small commercial systems, residential systems that worked. I did some research and seen that other school districts in other parts of the country, and even in this region, in Canada, it was fairly common But that's the real benefit of this organization and these conferences, is that you expose other people to it. I mean, everybody sees it in the paper, but a lot of people like to see the actual equipment, talk to people who have done it and that it works.
Geothermal contractors, equipment distributors, and manufacturers were able to attend numerous breakout sessions covering a wide variety of topics such as geothermal equipment development, commercial geothermal, loop field design, advanced troubleshooting, duct design, just to name a few. These breakout sessions are very popular and are extremely well attended. Steve Smith, president and CEO of Enertech Manufacturing, shares some interesting facts about geothermal and where geothermal is going.
The geothermal industry has grown about at an average of 10 to 15 to 20% a year. Since the year 2000, we've seen that 15 to 20% growth, maybe down to 10 in some years. There's been a couple of flat years just with the economy, things like that. But what we've experienced is an increase, a gradual increase, and it stays very consistent. It will fluctuate with the economy, but we do see a good growth. Now with the tax credits of entering in 2009, 30% tax credit for residential, and commercial also has one with a 10% and some other incentives. With these tax credits, we're seeing a very big increase in the installations of geothermal systems. That goes along with utility rates or cost of energy. When there's a bump in energy costs, we see a bump in sales. People sometimes quickly forget energy costs when they drop a little bit and are quickly reminded the next go around. And what we're experiencing is a good growth. The tax credit is helping us, and we do believe that geothermal systems will grow 4 to 5 to 6-fold over the next 5 years. So we see a tremendous growth in business. It is the most green technology. It is the most renewable technology. It works day, night, sun, wind, cloudy, whatever. It works around the clock.
The Midwest Geothermal Conference benefits everyone in the geothermal industry, including engineers, designers, equipment dealers, well drillers, and loop field contractors. Let's visit with some of the conference attendees and get their take on the conference.
Alliant Energy is a gold sponsor of our conference, and we are proud to be part of the geothermal industry. It's a great trend moving towards being green and also connecting geo with the renewables. Since it is the solar power that is stored in the ground, we're using the ground to heat and cool our houses, which is totally green and renewable.
Convention here today, you probably won't find any more knowledge on geothermal than the people in this room right here. They've all been in it a long time. It's a great organization, and educating people is the best thing you can do with geothermal and renewable energy.
Training is a very important part as far as making sure everybody knows the proper installation, the proper setup, the proper service for these geothermal units. They are an excellent unit, very energy efficient, and we're hoping to increase in the industries.
An example of geothermal equipment evolution is offered by Steve Smith from Enertech Manufacturing. They are the manufacturers of GeoComfort, Hydron Module, and Tetco geothermal heat pumps.
What we've got today is showing our actual GeoComfort brand, which is the new Compass series. This Compass series is a true multi-position, left hand, right hand, upflow, downflow, all in one unit. It's basically a first in the industry. There are others that do offer some multi-positioning, but not truly upflow, downflow, left and right. Along with this product, we have many homeowner and dealer features. We've got high performance as far as capacities. We've got high performance as far as efficiencies. Very ultra quiet sound. The actual compressor sits on a foamed encapsulated coax. One of our components sits in on an encapsulated foam and just deadens the sound of the compressor. As far as contractor features, the air coil slides in and out if it needs to. The coax slides in and out. Compressor's easy to get to. The devices that are needed for service are easy to get to. As far as, again, homeowner features, dead quiet as far as noise, just non-existent. And high capacities and high efficiencies on the homeowner side. And this is also available in the Hydron Module series in the Revolution, and soon to be in our Tetco brand of equipment as well.
To learn more about the Iowa Geothermal Association, the 2010 Midwest Conference, inquire about the 2011 conference, or to locate a qualified geothermal contractor in your area, visit their website at iowageothermal.org.